I got 12 pros to rank all the minis according to this meta, from the untouchables to the mini you should all be using, starting with the F tier, the minis to avoid, and they are the Knight and Guard. These two elixir tanks is just very hard to get value from. The Lumberjack just overshadows them. Then we have the C tier. These minis are weak, but they're useful in a few scenarios, such as the Witch. The Skeletons never get value, and there are just lots of counters in the meta, such as the Wave Master, which can heal from them, the Archer Queen, which can easily take them out, and the Dark Goblin, which can stack both on them. Then we have the Spirit Goblin. Obviously, it's a hit or miss situation because of the Clash ability, but more important reason is that this is a healer meta, so the mini can just heal back up after being hit. So the Spear really isn't that big of a deal. Then we have the Magic Archer. There are just way better options for carry, and there are so many stun and heal trips in the meta, so it's just easily overshadowed. And finally we have the Prince. It did have an HP buff, but it's not nearly enough. It's easily countered by good placement, and same with Spirit Goblin, the mini can just heal back up after being hit. Moving up to the B tier, these minis are average and they can work well in some decks, and there's so much of them this time, such as the Musketeer. It works great with Archer Queen, and it helps knock back minis as she deals damage, and the third star is also a good counter to the Wave Master Clash. It is really borderline A tier, like the tippy top of the B tier. Then we have the Valkyrie. It's not that it's bad, but it's just overshadowed by Swordsman because he can just offer so much more value. The anti-heal can sometimes come in handy though, to counter battle healer shield maiden decks. And we have the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Same as the Valkyrie, it's overshadowed by the Swordsman, but it offers Dissipate, and that's a great ability to have. Without it, it'll probably go way lower. Then we have the Golden Giant. It's a solid tank, it works well with Archer Queen decks against Wave Master, it has lots of HP, there's just nothing really stands out to push him to the A tier though. And then we have the Lumberjack, probably one of the best 2 elixir melee minis. The Clash ability offers such a big head start, but it's only really used in barking decks. And we have the Ewis. The stun is pretty good, the Musketeer overpowers it, but it's not that it's bad, but it's just same with the Golden Giant. There's nothing especially stunning. Then we have the Mega Knight. Stunning the backline with the 2nd star can be a great counter to the Archer Queen, but P.E.K.K.A. can take him out so quickly, and the Healing Ranger 3rd star Unstoppable can completely counter his stun. And we have the Bowler. I actually talked a lot more about it in another video, so I don't want to waste your time. I'll show you that video at the end of this one. But moving on to the Fisherman. Again, it's a hit or miss situation. You can get crazy value if you put a 2-star Dark Goblin, but if you get nothing, it's just a wasted 3 or 6 elixir. So right in the middle of the tier list. And then we have the Wizard. There's just nothing really good about it. The only reason it's in the B tier is because the anti-heal can counter Healing Ranger and Battle Healer. Other than that, there's not much value. Then we have the Ice Wizard. It's strong against the Barbarian King, Countess, Monk. They're totally cool. But it gets almost no value against the Archer Queen or the Shield Maiden, and the Wave Master can just easily kill it. Then we have the Miner. With the 2nd star Dissipate, it can be a good mini to provide pressure to the backline, but other than that, you can easily counter it with a mini or the Gizmo at the back. And finally, we have the Barbarian. It's only good with the Archer in a Barb King deck, it's basically unusable anywhere else, and the Barcher strat isn't very popular, so B tier. Moving up to the A tier, these are strong minis and I would recommend using them, such as the Battle Healer. One of the best 4 elixir minis, the heals get lots of value, and it works really well with the Shield Maiden and the Skeleton King. The 2nd star is also a great counter to the Archer Queen because of its block. Then we have the Swordsman, probably the most important mini in a Wave Master deck. It deals 10 damage for super, which is just so much, and all his stars add so much value. It's probably the strongest 3 elixir melee mini. Then we have the P.E.K.K.A., a great counter versus a lot of minis, such as the Shield Maiden, the Mega Knight, the Battle Healer, the Wave Master, Countess, the list goes on. The 12 damage per hit is just insane damage, it's unmatched, and let's not even talk about the P.E.K.K.A. in the sauna. But if there's anything stopping P.E.K.K.A. from S tier, it's the Giant Skeleton. The bomb is still impactful, it's 8 damage with the 1st star, just throw him to the enemy side with the Wave Master Clash, and get the 1st and 3rd star, and basically it's 8 damage guaranteed to every backline mini. That is insane, it's guaranteed basically. Then we have the Archer, probably the best 2 elixir mini. It gets consistent damage, it adds pressure to the backline, and it works especially well with the Barbarian King. Then we have the Dark Goblin. It can be a death sentence to so much decks. Skeleton King and Monk decks have no counter to it, and the damage can just go really crazy if you don't know how to deal with it. Last but not least, we have the Royal Ghost. It's pretty underrated, and it's still a good carry option. The attack speed really stacks up, and it works well with Skeleton King or Monk. Then we have the S tier, the best mini, and it is, drumroll, the Healing Ranger. The best mini in both strength and looks. I mean, the appearance speaks for itself, but in terms of strength, targeting the furthest ally is just such a big help. Now, Healing Ranger can heal very consistently, it's synergistic with a lot of decks, and it basically works with every hero. And the third star Unstoppable is a good counter to Wavemaster and the Musketeer too. Now it's time for you to rant about everything you disagree. Tell me what you think in the comments. And thanks again to these wonderful pros for helping out, and as promised, here are some super in-depth reasons of why Bowler is B tier and why that could change in the future.